I am doing the Booktube Newbie tag. Number one, why did I start this channel? I wanted this channel to focus on the specific kinds of books that I like to read, and I realized that I like books that have like a soap opera kind of feel to it. Number two, what are some fun and unique things you can bring to Booktube? I can bring my love of soap opera novels, possibly introducing people to books that have that soap opera feel, and in the process, possibly coining the term soap opera novels or soap opera novel as like a thing, as a term, just like a niche within reading where it's just this specific kind of storytelling. Number three, what are you most excited for with this channel? Finding other people that are into reading soap opera novels as much as I do, and getting book recommendations for like soap opera type novels. Number four, why do I love reading? I love the escapism, experiencing the world and new worlds through someone else's eyes, experiencing someone else's mind, interpreting the world through that person's eyes, and even having my own interpretations of how that person interpreted the world through their writing, and the learning, expanding like my thoughts, my concepts, my imagination on a lot of things, just a lot of different ways of like seeing the world, seeing new worlds. There's probably more reasons why I like reading, but that's what I could think of right now. Number five, what's a book or series that got you into reading? The Enchanted Wood by Enid Blyton. When I first read it, I did not realize it was a series, but now that I know, I got like the other two books in the series. In the process of getting the rest of the series, I did learn that Enid Blyton is a bigot. She was racist and xenophobic amongst a bunch of other things, which is so funny because it's like she's almost kind of like the J.K. Rowling of her time, because they're like both British and women and writers of children's fiction. Number six, what questions would you ask your favorite booktubers? I don't know. There's nothing I'm too curious about with a lot of my favorite booktubers that I can't like figure out from their content. At most, I would ask them to like hang out with them or like read with them or something like that. And even that is like kind of weird because if we vibe, we would just naturally like hang out if it's possible. Why would I even bother to ask? Number seven, what challenges do you think there will be in starting a booktube channel? Being consistent, reading regularly, balancing life, and not letting ADHD get the best of me. But to solve all of that, I am working on setting up systems to be able to like work on content and stay on schedule and keep doing constantly doing it and staying productive, stay reading regularly, and just having systems in place so that everything is in order. Number eight, when did you start reading? I started reading when I was like 5 or 6. I initially went to a public school in Trinidad where it was like an all boys public school, and I guess me being more, I don't know, effeminate, like not like other boys, I was bullied and apparently beaten up, but I didn't remember that. My mom remembers it. I got transferred to a private school, which was actually more mixed gendered. And there was a teacher there named Miss Huggins, and she taught me how to read. She was like patient and caring in teaching me how to read. And from there, I just became a really great reader. Number nine, where do you read? I read in transit, to and from places. I usually read in bed right before I go to sleep. Going forward, I am working on implementing a designated time on a regular basis or like on a daily basis where I always set aside like at least 25 minutes to read and just set the timer, and I'm just going to read for that amount of time, or read a chapter, whichever works, whichever comes first. Also in the process, take notes of what I'm reading because I usually have some I like really have some good thoughts and insights while I'm reading, and sometimes I just need to note that. Number 10, what kind of books do you like to read? I read widely, but mainly I like to read soap opera novels. Exactly like what this channel is named for. I like reading those books a lot. I like that soap opera feel. It doesn't matter whether it's science fiction, fantasy, a graphic novel, a standalone, a series, as long as it has that like soap opera feel where it's just like multiple characters, lots of drama, as long as it's all of that stuff, but it just feels like a soap opera. It just feels like drama and like all these different like character dynamics and just like social dynamics, all these different kinds of dynamics that just make the story like super interesting, very exciting, very entertaining, very dramatic, and just very fun to read. Like I read widely, I read all kinds of stuff, but regularly I like mess and I like drama. I'm a messy bitch that lives with drama in my books. So that's what I want. That's what I need to be reading regularly. So I would definitely love to connect with more people that like reading those kind of books, like reading soapy soap opera style novels, and I would love to get recommendations for other books that I don't even know about that have that soap opera feel, that I can just really just like dive in and just have a blast reading it and talking about it, and just have more people to like talk about those books with.